Oh. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to best describe this. It's simple really. I had this this in my fridge. And it needs eating. It's May 29th, which is today. So I do like doing this. So they come in these square pots now. How did work go? Wow. I don't know if it's just because I smoked some CBD. I'll have some more in a bit. Actually, I would like to talk about that. I thought to myself about ordering. It's £16 something, right? And you get a gram of powder cannabidiol or cannabidiol, right? But the weed is so much better. The only thing about the weed is how harsh it is. But I was just weighing up right in that moment just now, yeah. I was sort of weighing up, do I want a gram, which is like a tenner including postage, for Warlock or AK-47, I'm not sure. AK-47, that's no tay. I reckon, yeah, it's gonna have to be 3.5 grams for about 30 quid. What's going on in my head now is, what is the most important thing that I need to get? Well, say you get 10 shots, right, out of a gram of CBD. I might have 3 shots a night to get me to sleep. That doesn't show out very well. I need to pull my little finger in a bit. 3 days. Which If I order it tomorrow before 4 o'clock, it should be out at 4 and get it the day after, which is Friday. So I'll have Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So I need more. And the next level up from 1 gram is 3.5 grams. I go to Ice Head shop for mine. There are others that are just as cheap, and I may look in my bookmarks to see if I can find one on my reading list. Depends how fast the postage is. You know, might be free postage and cheaper weed. And I need to decide whether I want my feeler trainers, because I want a spare pair of trainers. Or to get my RDA. If it's an RTA actually. This is all down to the pressure of having to like paint this red wall. Buy the paint, buy the rollers, you know, etc. Get them paint runners off of High Street TV. But I don't feel like I'm in a hurry, because exchanges to the city I want to live in they don't come up that often. Anyway, that's all I'm prepared to think about on a YouTube video. I mean, it's up to me to like get a piece of paper and really write out what's important to me and what isn't. But if something gets me to sleep every night, you know, it's probably time I had a vape. It's charged really fast. It has, because it has 5 notches, right? It has 5 LEDs, and it was down to the last 2, right? And now it's just charging the top one. So it's gone up, oh, pardon me. It's gone up 2 LEDs out of 5 in like say about an hour. This is CBD in here. This won't take long. This will just be 7 puffs. I'll take a pause in between each puff because I want the cotton to wick in between each puff. So yeah, I'm just going to make one move so far. Before I get that piece of paper out and before I write what's important to me and before I write down like the likelihood of getting another bite from Cambridge, I'll go, I've got it bookmarked. I think I've got it bookmarked anyway. I think it's called The High Life. I'm not sure. See if like I can get 3 grams for like 25 quid with free postage, you know. That'd be pretty dope because if this is the way I do maths, I round figures off, it's a lot easier. So if I say 1 gram will last me 3 days, yeah, then 3.5 grams is going to last me 10 days. You know what I mean? 11 days, maybe 12. You know, if I take out the rounding and then, you know, add on a few more days. I mean, in a pipe, it's harsh AF, but the buzz is unreal. It is so much better than the pure CBD. It must be all the, because like I saw on the internet all these lists of different cannabinoids that are in it, and there's quite a few. There's about 7 or 8. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of THC in there. Just a tiny bit. Which I swear I can feel it. And if I can't feel the THC, then I'm feeling all the other cannabinoids that are in there. This is on 65 watts. It's perfect for this tank. It's a duo. The triple would want to be on probably about 85 watts, and it only goes up to 80, so it might do the triple. Probably 90 actually. It'd probably want to be on 90, and I've only got 80, so it might be alright. So yeah, like I say, I'm smoking this because it helps me get to sleep. I want to go to sleep soon. Just one more drag. I'm going to plug it in because it does need that last. What I have to do is make sure make damn sure that, if we just turn this around. Oh, okay, that way around. Oh, I've had this problem before. Let's just try and get this baby in here. There we are. Oh, that's a lot easier. What are we on now? It's gone down. It's gone down 2 notches. So really, it's only gone up 1 notch. It's only gone up 1 notch in about an hour. So you know, I've got that plugged into my Apple, so it should be charging that pretty good. I'm gonna sit up. That was comfy. That was really comfy. So I had a beer when I was down Lakeside about 11 o'clock, and I took a sertraline this morning as an antidepressant, and I just felt freaking amazing. It's been 3 days. No, it's been more than 3 days, because like I've taken 28 of them, you know, and I've missed a day, but you know how like the scientific thing is that they build up in your blood to a level where like it's much stronger. And I think I've reached some sort of level that is good, you know, even though I've missed a day. I'm pretty happy with what they're doing. I'm on 500 milligrams of tryptophan a day, which they didn't even used to sell it at their high dosage. You know, probably the FDA, you know, or this country's equivalent, saying like all these herbal things, you mustn't take too much of it, you know, when they're giving you like lithium that can make you go blind and shit, you know what I mean? They don't care much about that, do they? Yeah, so I had this beer down Ferry Meadows and I felt amazing. Really amazing. I've had, you know, I need to accept that feeling this way it's not like super dope or anything. You know, I mean, compared to my depression, yeah, it is. But to be real, it's just a normal day. It's just a normal day that everybody goes through, you know, people have a good day, and that's life, you know. People, they live their day, they just bop through it, you know, they enjoy. You know, there are some moments are better than others. I mean, but the point that I'm making is that it's normal. You know, to feel this way is normal, and I've just felt normal all day, and that's all it is, you know. So tomorrow morning, I set an alarm for 7. I asked Siri to do it for me. I probably won't really want to be up at 7. No, that's a bit negative. You know, I'm gunning for getting to sleep. getting to sleep early, getting up tomorrow. I'll be visiting my mom. I'll be meeting her in St. Neots and shopping with her from sort of like 10 till about sort of like, I think it's about 1:15, 1:30 in the afternoon. Then going back to hers for a couple of hours and then, well, not a couple of hours because if the bus leaves at 1:30, it probably gets to Gamlingate at about 2 o'clock. So that gives us 1 hour for lunch. We have bingo for 2 hours and then I have an hour for tea. So I think tea is going to be me going down the Chinky. And having, what did I have last time? I like mushroom chow mein. I wonder what happened to the menu. I don't think I took it home with me. I wonder if I'll just nip in there at 5, get a menu, just look through the menu and see what I can find. Maybe sort of like mushroom chow mein with like vegetable spring rolls, depending on how big they are. I don't want the mini ones, I want the big ones. The ones that like burn the hell out of my mouth, leave them for like 20 minutes to cool down and then like be in a bit of a hurry to catch the 6 bus back to Sandy, So one thing that I'd really like to comment on is that a huge, major, massive success of mine, which is I was on 3 barista coffees a day, right? And I went straight down to one sort of like instant coffee. And I doubt. I mean, there were some, I did vape a hell of a lot. I vaped every half hour, and I had these cravings like, oh God, I need something so bad, and I think that was the coffee. I had it for about 2 or 3 days, that feeling, off and on, but yeah, I've got away from the coffee. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm coming off paliperidone and I'm going on Abilify depot, and that should hopefully kill most of my anxiety, which would be super amazing. I'm kind of choking as I say that, so maybe it's like gonna help, but it's not gonna help. It's just gonna help a bit, and I mean that's good enough for me, if it helps a bit, then because like I got triggered today by Abby, and poor Abby, it was fine. It was no problem. I mentioned it. I said, look, people trigger people accidentally, they're doing nothing wrong, and someone it just has an effect on someone, for some strange reason. Nobody understands why, People hear a certain thing or they experience a certain thing and they get triggered. And I explained how she triggered me by saying button head. And I don't even know where I was going with this, to be honest. Yeah. So what triggers me is my anxiety. That's where my triggers come from. They come from my anxiety. And if it would mean that, like, say, like, I was already on Abilify, right? And I'd lived that situation today again, and I'd not been triggered because it had made, like, just that tiny, tiny, tiny bit of difference. Just enough for not to set my mind on that, like, a trigger. It sets my mind on, like, a path that I can't get out of. And I knew she didn't mean nothing by it. I knew it 100%, but my mind was still, it had still done something to my mind and it wasn't changing. And the only thing that changed it was that I mentioned to her that I was triggered and then it just went away, And then I went down for a vape and I realised she didn't say butthead, she said buttonhead. We're talking about Cadbury's milk buttons here. Um, yeah, and she's gonna get me some mini Kinder eggs to try, so that's gonna be good. So I guess that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you're well. If you're not well, I hope there's positivity there, you know. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Goodbye.